Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Theresa here with another foundation page from my 2021 December daily album. Today I'm working with some of the Elles Studio patterned papers from their recent Wonders paper pad release, and also just using some of the pattern papers that I've had from previous releases. And so I wanted to make an effort to include these pattern papers into my album in some kind of way. And so let me share with you today what I came up with. So to begin with, I just pulled all of the Elles Studio pattern papers that I had in my stash along with the new Wonders paper pad, and I just started cutting them into 2x2 squares. And at this point, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with all of these squares, but I know that what I want to do is cut the squares, fold them in half, and tape them together, run them through the sewing machine, and then create some sort of background or shape from those little 2x2 squares. And so this took a little bit of time to do all of this. So let's fast forward here and get through this pretty quickly. Great, and once I had all of these cut out, I decided to grab the background paper, what I'm going to use for the foundation of this foundation page. And I'm just using a Bristol board, vellum consistency. It's a little bit off-white, but that's okay. I know that it will hold up to whatever I'm getting ready to throw at it. And so at this stage, I'm going to go ahead and sort of round these little paper squares and tape them together so that they'll hold while I put them through the sewing machine. And again, that's going to take a little while, so let's speed up through that. as I went along taping the little squares, I just layered them on top of the page. And at first I thought I was going to do a whole background. So the whole 8.25 by 11 inch canvas, I thought I was going to fill that all up. But as I was going through this process, that ended up not being what I decided to do. So I had a lot more of these little folded squares than I actually needed. And that's okay. It gave me what I was trying to do was sort of create a balance where the colors were appearing here. So alternating green and red and blue and white and pink, so that the colors were balanced around the layout. And once I had enough of the 2x2 squares, I decided to go ahead and grab my trusty sewing machine here, and I'm using a navy thread. Don't put it on the spool part, it will roll off. And I'm just gonna run these through in a big long string, mostly just to hold the adhesive. The tape runner does not hold up very well to the pressure of having that fold. You can see some of them are popping up a little bit, but the sewing or the seams, I guess, will hold those in place, and they give sort of that sewn banner kind of feel. You could do a lot of different shapes. You wouldn't necessarily have to do a folded paper. You could do a half circle. You could do a scalloped circle, like banners, and that's just sort of what I was sort of channeling here and thinking about while I was creating this, was how to get that sort of banner feel onto the page. So once I had everything cut, everything was sewn together. Then I was looking at it on the whole page, and that's when I really felt like it was just a bit too much. And I also had sort of began to conceptualize that these look like banners. And so at this point, I began to realize that I wanted to make a Christmas tree out of this. It's going to be a short and fat Christmas tree because the canvas size is only 8 inches high, and that's okay. I kind of like big fat Christmas trees. What about you? Do you like them big and fat, or do you like tall skinny trees? So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just using my glue gun here to secure all of the banners to the page. And again, just sort of making sure that the colors are kind of evenly distributed, that there's not too much, so that there's not one area that's a lot of green or something like that. But mostly just having fun watching this come together. It was a lot of fun to build this page, and I really love looking at all of the different patterns here. There's just so much to take in. I think what I'll probably do is when the time comes to create the page itself, I'll probably take a couple of little photos and fold them in half, or cut the strip a little bit longer than the photo itself and fold it under, and sort of tuck the photos in between these little banners or the little branches. And that is sort of the concept that I have in my head. It may end up completely different from that. Who knows? But that's part of the fun. That's part of having a little bit of flexibility here with foundation pages and leaving yourself options. Of course, there's still going to be the opposite side of the layout and the back side of the layout that I'll have options to use as well. And so once I had all that glued down, then I thought I would use some of the amazing gold puffy stickers that were also included in the Elles Studio release this year. And I just went to town sort of adding little ornaments, little pops of gold here. This was so much fun. This was like adding the jewelry. It's like turning on the lights. And there's so many different possibilities of things that you could add. I may go back later and add more, who knows. But that's where it stands for now. And so thank you so much for watching today. Of course, you can see more on our blog at theresamoxley.com. And I hope you'll stay tuned to see more foundation pages coming very soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.